Hello everybody. Well, on this project today we're rebuilding a hand plane, and it was pretty rusty. I had to put WD-40 on it just to get the parts apart on it first. Pardon our noisy roosters in the background, but we got some of them around here too. Anyway, so what we got going on here is we got a reverse osmosis or electrolysis machine set up. Had a couple of old car batteries here that they are discharging themselves. They won't hold the 12 volts, so I decided I'm going to use them for doing this. We've repurposed the repurposed around here. So what we've got going on is we got the positive set up to the nails that you see around in the bucket, and we got the negative set up to the actual plane that is submerged and down there in the water. We've got baking soda in the water, and it's already started to remove it off, and it's only been on there a couple of minutes. We've only got about 9 or maybe even 8 volts coming out of that car battery going into the water and electrolysis. I didn't measure it right now, but I could, if I wanted to, I could set up the battery charger to the battery charger, but I kind of wanted to leave my electrical system off of this while we did all this. I only got one good battery charger that I use right now, and can't afford to go out and get another one. So anyway, that's what we got going on here. We'll let you come back and see how it's in about 24 hours if it's removed all the rust off of the old hand plane. Well, this is the second part of electrolysis, reverse electrolysis, on removing the rust from the hand planes. And it's been about 3 hours that it's been on here. Zoom in here closer to show you what it's doing. See, it's all foaming up around the nails. And I ended up putting the charger on the battery, mostly because there wasn't enough voltage going through it. There was only about 3 volts coming from that bad battery, so it's essentially just acting as a relay from the charger, so there's kind of a cushion in between there. One thing I would like to point out, in case folks didn't know, you never want to put a car battery directly on the ground, because basically what it does is the ground will draw the current right out of the battery, because it's grounding the bottom of it pretty much. So I actually do have this car battery sitting up on some 2x4s, elevated above the ground. Just a interesting point, but that's where we're at right now. I'm probably going to leave it here 24 hours to see if it ends up getting it all shiny. So that's basically where we're at right now. Well, it's been 24 hours. I put the second set of hand planes in here, and you can see what it does. It brings all of that corrosion and rust to all them nails, builds it up. We're going to pull it out here and see what it looks like. I'm going to disconnect the battery first. Now we'll pull it up. And you can see it's softened everything up. It's got a lot of goop on it. Be able to take a lot of that off with a wire brush, I hope. I'm going to be doing a second coat with that didn't get it. So that's where we're at. So this is post cleanup and reassembly of the 2 planes that were really rusty and then I refurbished. A lot of people like to repaint them, but I kind of like the bare metal look on that one number 3 block plane. That actual number 3 block plane also has some features that are very unique. It has what they call a corrugated foot. This is to aid in if you have a lot of wood, less friction. If you have a lot of resin in your wood, it's less friction. I believe this plane actually predates Stanley. Stanley is a big plane manufacturer, but it predates Stanley because it has in the front It also has the number 3 stamped, and it's pretty far forward of the actual front knob. And there are no other stamps on it other than this number 03. And this is just a standard modern day block plane. But I thought I would show you. And that's where we stand. I've already used them. You can see a little bit of wood shavings in there. The number 3 plane needs to be sharpened a little, but I can easily do that. Alright, there you go.